Welcome to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy. Now here's your host, Tim McMahon.
Pokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
Episode 9, The Last Jedi, is only 275 days away. And man oh man, does my mind still have a hard time grasping the fact that we're getting a Star Wars film a year. My 10-year-old self would implode over this. But today, my mind's actually been on the Han Solo movie for some reason. And this has led me to some speculation. No, that's not the right word. It's led me to a question. Can you have a Star Wars movie without the Force? There have been plenty of Star Wars books, comics, and video games where the Force has not been a factor. But can you have a Star Wars movie without the Force? Let me explain what I'm thinking. Now, originally, I thought this is what Rogue One was going to be. When the film was first announced, it was sold to us as a film that was going to put the wars in Star Wars, that we were going to see the galactic conflict from the soldiers in the trenches point of view. But the Force did play a sizable part in that film, from Baze and Chirrut, to Jin's mother being a believer, to all the talk of kyber crystals, and simply the fact that Darth Vader was part of the film. Well, the Force was not lacking from Rogue One. Now, when we first meet Han Solo in A New Hope, he's not a believer in the Force. There's no mystical energy field that controls his destiny. He thinks it's all a bunch of simple tricks and nonsense. Now, to me, Han Solo comes across as a seeing is believing sort of guy. So I'm gonna bet that at this point in his life, he has yet to really see the Force in action. Thus, because of this, I've come to the conclusion that the Force will not be part of the storyline in the still, as of yet, untitled Han Solo movie. Good God, I hope they give us a title at Celebration this year. I'm sick of saying the Han Solo movie. Oh man, what if that ends up being the title? Anyway, now, if you've already come to this conclusion, please forgive me for being slow on the uptake, but this is a new thought for my fanboy brain. When I stop to think about what we as Star Wars fans are expecting the Han Solo film to show, all the Han Solo backstory elements we've been fed over the years, none of them really have a Force element to them. Han is a street rat, Han as an Imperial, Han saving Chewie, Han becomes a smuggler, Han wins the Falcon from Lando, Han works for Jabba. Now, I'm not saying these story beats are going to be in the film, and in fact, I'm pretty sure Lucasfilm will surprise us, but if, a big bold if here, if these stories are to be told as we know them, there's no story element with the Force, from my point of view. Or, if Han has seen the Force at work, I'm sure he would just chalk it up to luck at this point. But as for Jedi-styled Force use, nope, I'm guessing not. I'm sure Han has heard about the Jedi, but he probably thinks it's all a bunch of mumbo-jumbo. Anyway, my point wasn't to speculate on the Han Solo movie, but to contemplate the idea of a Star Wars movie without the Force. While the Force is not all that Star Wars is about, it has played a big role in all 8 live-action theatrical movies we've seen so far. But if you distill those 8 movies down to their essence, the Force is only one element out of many. There's cool tech, there's the pew-pews, there's friendship, there's romance, adventure, and all the other things we've come to relate to Star Wars. So, to answer my question, can you have a Star Wars movie without the Force? I've come to the conclusion that you can. And I think we're about to see that in 2019. But, personally, I wouldn't want too many Star Wars movies without the Force, because I like me some space wizards. So, I want to put it out to you. Can we have a Star Wars movie without the Force and still have it be good? Do you think the Force will be an element in the Han Solo movie? What do you think? I want to know. Email me at 12parsecs.gmail.com or connect with me on any of my social media accounts. All the links can be found on my website, 12parsecsPodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Ootini!
Crazy thing is, it's true. All of it. The Force, the Jedi, it's all true.
You've been listening to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy, part of the expanded Fandomverse network of shows. For links and show notes, visit our website, 12parsecsPodcast.com. Follow Less Than 12 Parsecs on Twitter at 12parpod, on Instagram at 12parsecsPodcast, on Tumblr at 12parsecsPodcast, and find us on Facebook as well. And please let us know what you think. Email us at 12parsecsPodcast@gmail.com.